Alright guys, so Terra Luna Classic just broke out of this long-term downtrend. As you can see here guys, we are finally seeing a breakout that we've been waiting for a long time right now guys. So this downtrend here guys started from that previous high here we had on Terra Luna Classic, which was back in September 2022, and this is a first time breakout we see here since then guys. And since Bitcoin recently just rallied to that 35k level, we can all agree here now that officially cryptocurrency space has entered that pre-bull market time where we're gonna start to see those altcoins start rallying, and we're gonna see some huge movement coming in here on Terra Luna Classic guys. So there is a lot to talk about here guys, about Terra Luna Classic, where I think it is going, and especially with the ongoing Binance burn here guys, we have a lot to talk about here. So with no further ado guys, let's get into it. First of all guys, if you enjoy these videos, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and if you are trading derivatives, don't forget to check out FairDesk. No KYC, no VPN needed to join. You can trade most of the altcoins here and you get a huge bonus on your deposit. I'll leave you the link in the description. So now guys, first of all, we're gonna start with the charts, as we've been waiting for this breakout to happen for a long time. If you've been following me now guys, I told you guys that we soon gonna see a breakout and we're gonna see some higher prices here on Terra Luna Classic, especially after we've seen as well Bitcoin rallying. Terra Luna Classic has a lot to catch up on here price wise, as a lot of altcoins have been rallying, and Terra Luna Classic is finally showing some signs of life here guys. And I do believe we're gonna see a massive breakout to at least target these highs here, and this would be around that 800-900% target at around that 00059, or we could say 00060 on Terra Luna Classic. Now this would be just the beginning of the real rally that we're gonna see on Terra Luna Classic guys, because right now guys, if you look at the volume here on Terra Luna Classic, you can see here previously we had huge volume, a lot of volume spiking on Terra Luna Classic, but here we do not see a lot of volume, and mainly guys because this breakout here is not happening on buys, but it is happening on burns, and it's mainly happening because we are seeing Terra Luna Classic tokens getting burned, and this is probably guys the strongest narrative so far here going on in the crypto space, with Terra Luna Classic fighting to get back to its previous glory before we've seen this massive Terra Luna crash. So guys, here we're gonna start with this news, because the whole video here is gonna build up from that news, because it really touches on a lot of points that I've been talking about here guys. So recently we've seen again Binance its 15th burn of Terra Luna Classic. 760 million LUNC tokens have been burned. If we go here, we'll see the metrics of the Terra Luna tokens burned. So if we look at who is the biggest burner on Terra Luna Classic, it is Binance here guys, with 52% of the total burns. Binance is deeply involved in burning Terra Luna Classic. This here guys shows my point of where I was telling you guys that Binance is really interested in bringing Terra Luna Classic back, and I'm thinking they are doing that simply because this was the biggest, or one of those biggest failures the cryptocurrency seen, with FTX and Terra Luna Classic being one of the biggest failures the cryptocurrency has seen. And imagine what kind of PR, what kind of exposure and marketing and trust on Binance, if Binance succeeds at bringing Terra Luna Classic ecosystem, the whole blockchain, bring its back, bring its functioning, bring that UST, that stable coin back functioning, bring Terra Luna Classic price up. This would be a huge stunt, a huge marketing stunt from Binance. That is why I think, or I believe, that Binance is deeply involved in burning as many Terra Luna Classic as possible here. So here we're gonna read this news here guys. In a recent transaction on November 1st, Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange, executed its 15th batch of Terra Luna Classic LUNC token burns. This round involved 760 million LUNC tokens sent to the burn address. This initiative is part of an ongoing community-led effort to reduce the circulating supply of LUNC guys. For those that do not know, as I said, the community is deeply involved into burning as many Terra Luna Classic as possible, and we're gonna get into that as well here guys. So notably basically this burn covers September 30 to October 30, 2023. So basically guys, since the Terra Luna Classic crash, Binance has been burning each month Terra Luna Classic tokens, and we're gonna see how they do get those Terra Luna Classic tokens and how the process of acquiring those Terra Luna Classic happens and how they burn them, because this is very important to what's going on here in the price, and really important for us here to predict what are the targets here for Terra Luna Classic. So stick with me here guys, because now we are getting to the juicy stuff. With this latest burn, the total number of LUNC tokens burned by Binance now approaches an impressive 40 billion tokens burned by only Binance. And here is the important part guys, is how do they get these tokens? So these tokens have been sourced from trading fees on LUNC spot and margin trading pairs, which basically means future trading guys. People that are long, short, people that are buying, selling Terra Luna Classic are actively participating in the burn. So remember this, because that's when we're gonna go back to the charts guys. This is gonna be very important to understand what's going on here. However, it is worth noting, so here we come back here guys. So however, it is worth noting that the burn rate has witnessed a noticeable decline recently, influenced by factors like FUD, reduced developer activity, and lower trading volumes on LUNC on the exchange. So we want to emphasize really on that last one, which is lower trading volume on of LUNC on the exchanges. So here guys, this really touches in on my point when I told you on previous LUNC videos that as soon as we're gonna start seeing breakouts happening, we're gonna see more volume, more people trading, buying, selling on spot, longing, shorting on derivatives, and this means guys, Binance gonna have more LUNC tokens on its hands to burn. And this as well here guys creates a snowball effect, where the more we trade higher, the more higher lows, higher highs, and squeezes higher and whatnot, and even dips, the more we have those things happening, the higher the volume starts to increase as well guys. The more Terra Luna Classic tokens get burned, and the prices just keep going up, especially we have the bull market coming in. So here guys, when they say it is worth noting that the burn rate has witnessed a noticeable decline recently, influenced by factors like FUD, I did not see honestly any FUD. The whole community here is just trying to do what's best for Terra Luna Classic. And then a reduced developer activity. This is not only the case on Terra Luna Classic blockchain, but it is on most blockchains guys. The developer activity is reduced, or has been reduced, in most of the other blockchains guys, because we've been in a bear market. So here it does not really mean much, and as well as lower trading volumes of LUNC on the exchange. That's as well guys is just because we've been on a bear market for a long time, and we finally are now back on that pre-bull market and bull market phase of the market, of the cycle. So here, as I said, the higher the price go, the more trading volume happens, the more burns happens, the more the price goes up. So this will create a snowball effect, and as soon as we break out and we see that real huge rally, people are gonna start talking again about Terra Luna Classic. People on Twitter are gonna start talking, larger accounts gonna start talking. Now this would even increase the price. More people gonna start trading Terra Luna Classic, and we're gonna see more burns happens, and we could actually guys see some huge prices here in the future on Terra Luna Classic. Now going back to this dip here guys, and to this breakout that is happening, we could see some small volume picking up, which means that a lot, like some small volume, some buys are happening, not much, but some buys are happening here guys. The main reason why the price is rallying up here, if we go back to that price on the Terra Luna Classic, we could see that the market cap hasn't moved much, which went from that 350 million to 375 million. So basically we gained around $25 million in market cap recently, which is not that much, which is an increase of 5%. The main reason why the price here guys is rallying is because of the recent burns. So recently here, just on that dip alone here guys, we had two burns coming from Binance, large burns coming from Binance, which did help the price to rally. And as well guys, we had some small uptick here on the market cap, which helped. Now you should know guys that this is the start, and if I've seen this breakout happening, you bet that other people have seen this happening, and you bet that a lot of people are gonna be asking what's going on, and they're gonna remember, they're gonna see the news, and they're gonna start slowly jumping into Terra Luna Classic. As we slowly start to get FOMO jumping into the market, people starting to FOMO. We recently seen huge pumps like Bitcoin pumping 100%, other altcoins pumping crazy recently. We've seen as well Bitcoin back on the headlines, $35,000 Bitcoin. So we're gonna get people back into the exchanges. People are gonna look at Terra Luna Classic. People that remember Terra Luna Classic, they're gonna see it at these low prices, and they are gonna jump into it. Now here, guys, something as well interesting is that we go back in time here on Terra Luna Classic, and here is the beginning of Terra Luna Classic. Terra Luna Classic was launched around that August 2019, guys. So the initial price was around that $1.30, right? So, and then we've seen it dumping, and then here, guys, the low of the low here on Terra Luna Classic was around that 14 cents, 13 cents, and from there, guys, we all know that the price just kept rallying. We've seen it rally here on that 2020, the last bull market, and you can see here, guys, on 2020, we got August 2020. This is when we started to see the first summer, when we started to see the bull market rallying, and we can see here, guys, that it took some time for Terra Luna Classic to start jumping. So we can see here it went from that 20 cents to 50 cents, then back to 30 cents, and then, guys, at the end of the year, around that November 2020, December 2020, then we started to see the price rising, and this is still was just the beginning of Terra Luna Classic. This is where people jumped on Terra Luna Classic back then, bought a bunch of Terra Luna Classic, and Terra Luna Classic back in the previous bull market made a bunch of millionaires that bought the dips here. Now, besides that, guys, we can see how the price evolves. So we can see here, guys, at the lows on previous bull markets on that summer 2020, it took a long time for Terra Luna Classic to get picked up by the bull market, to get picked up by the crowd and start jumping into it. So we could argue right now, guys, that we are seeing slowly start to see the start of that same pattern we're seeing here, where people jumps back into the market, where people start to see Bitcoin rallying, and they're starting to look into altcoins. And we can see here how Terra Luna Classic price evolved, and then as soon as we hit that January 2021, where the bull market was in full effect and we had that FOMO kicking in, we've seen Terra Luna Classic going on that crazy rally, guys. It went from that $1, around that $1 or 0.9, jumped back to that $5, $6, and then $7, and then we've seen it rally back towards that $17 at that peak of that 2021 bull market on that March, before we've seen Bitcoin dumping, and then we've seen it as well dump back towards that $5, $4. And I remember back then, this is where I bought first time LUNC, or Terra Luna Classic, where formerly called Luna back then, and it was around that $5, $4. And then here, guys, if you remember Bitcoin, this was the summer of 2021, where Bitcoin dumped from $60, from 60k to 30k, and we've been on that bottom for a long time. But then you can see here, this is where Terra Luna Classic really jumped, which was the second top on Bitcoin, when Bitcoin started rallying off that 30k to that 69k, the all-time high. Now we've seen Terra Luna Classic jumping high, and the price just kept rallying here, guys. You should know around that end of 2021, November 2021, here Bitcoin started cooling off. Bitcoin dumped from that all-time high. People were calling bear markets. People back then were saying that's it, Bitcoin is over, and Terra Luna Classic was still pumping back then. Was still pumping. December 2021, Terra Luna Classic was around $95, guys. So remember, we went in 2 years, we went from $1 to $95, and then we seen another dip, and then Terra Luna Classic again went to $107, and this was April 2022, while Bitcoin was way down. Bitcoin was around $40,000, and then we've seen the bear market started. So you can see here, guys, even though 2022 was a bear market year, Terra Luna Classic was trading around $116. So if we go back here, guys, we can see now the same thing is starting to happen now. Now we are at the lows of the lows here, guys, and now we are seeing now the price starting to rally as Bitcoin is starting, and we're repeating the same pattern. Now, to be clear here, guys, I do not think we're gonna see those 116 with those $100 mark here for Terra Luna Classic, as it's gonna take a long time to burn the remaining Terra Luna Classic. So here we have 5.79 Terra Luna Classic remaining, and previously here guys at these highs there were, I believe, 1 billion Terra Luna Classic tokens, and right now here guys we are standing at 5.79 trillion Terra Luna Classic tokens. So the point is, it's hard to know how much Terra Luna Classic tokens are we gonna be able to burn, but with what I just explain to you guys, we are gonna see a large amount of burns. And the most important here guys is that we are gonna see higher prices on Terra Luna Classic in the future, and we could possibly see that $1 mark, and the bull market is just starting, and we could see the same thing happening again on Terra Luna Classic, with the price slowly gaining. Maybe Bitcoin goes to that 40k 50k, then Terra Luna Classic jumps back here, Bitcoin cools off maybe from 50k to 35k, Terra Luna Classic cools off a little bit, then we see rallies back up here when Bitcoin started the real bull market, and then we could see even higher prices guys. The exact same thing that we've seen here at the start of that previous bull market start to happening here on Terra Luna Classic. So I hope this makes sense guys here. If you have any more questions, you can leave them in the comment section or join my Discord. It's free to join. And for the price targets here guys, I could see Terra Luna Classic put in this high, which is around the 0006, and it is not off the table here. And from so far here, from here guys, as I said, it is a 9x from here. And then guys, as soon as Terra Luna Classic will start putting in those numbers, people gonna start talking about it. Terra Luna, a lot of people are gonna be making money from Terra Luna Classic, and we all know what's gonna happen then guys. FOMO is gonna kick in, and we're gonna see price discovery here guys. This is nothing out of the ordinary to see a 9x and then FOMO kicks in, and then we start to see what we just seen here guys, this real pumps going on here on Terra Luna Classic guys. That is why I am investing in Terra Luna Classic, and if you've been following me, you know that I've been accumulating here on these dips, and I am waiting for higher prices, and I could add even more here guys depending on what the price is doing here. If we see any dips below here, I'm gonna add even more, waiting for that price action to start happening. And I do believe guys, as soon as we get here, it is very unlikely we ever get back here guys. It is really unlikely guys. This could happen on other coins but not on Terra Luna Classic, simply because we are gonna be burning so many Terra Luna Classic that the price gonna find a new bottom guys. We're gonna be burning so many Terra Luna Classic as soon as we're gonna see those pumps that it is gonna be really impossible to go back to these lows unless we see some news, unless we see some crazy crash happening or something wrong going on again on Terra Luna Classic, which is really unlikely. So that is why guys, I see those dips here as those generational bottoms guys, those bottoms that may not repeat again. So that is why I bought as much Terra Luna Classic as I can here on these dips, because I do not believe as soon as we get those highs we're ever gonna go down here, by the simple fact that we're gonna be burning so many Terra Luna Classic. The supply is gonna be choked. Even if people are selling, the supply will never go back to the supply we had at these lows. Even if people start selling, we're not gonna get those lows. The supply will not ever reach the supply we have right now here at these lows. People selling as well participate into burning more Terra Luna Classic, and you can see here guys, it's gonna be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Even if people are selling, the price would still keep going up, which is pretty unique to Terra Luna Classic here guys. So as usual, this is my humble opinion guys, nothing is financial advice. And if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section. I'll be interested to know your point of view here guys. And you can join in as well on my Discord, link in the description. It's free to join. I'm building a community there. We can all talk, we can all share our thoughts, and I as well share my day trades there as I've been day trading. So for those that are day trading guys, if you're trading derivatives, as I said in the beginning of this video, there is a huge bonus on your deposit going on right now on FairDesk. You don't need no KYC, which is important right now. Bybit is rolling out to a lot of countries requiring KYC right now. With no KYC you cannot trade right now on Bybit, and I found FairDesk to be the best alternative to Bybit. And as well, by using my link, you get a VIP 5 guys, which means your trading fees get drastically reduced compared to other exchanges, which makes trading pretty fun here guys. Very seamless exchange. You can trade most of the altcoins here as well guys. So I'll leave you the link in the description for those that are interested, and I want to thank you again guys for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.